Let's talk about Alex. Alex was thrilled. He was finally getting his investment journey started with his TFSA. And he's put in a good chunk of money to get a head start. But that excitement quickly turned into a pit in his stomach when he got a letter from the Canada Revenue Agency. He'd made a simple mistake. He over-contributed. And now he's on the hook for a nasty 1% penalty, compounding every single month on the extra amount. Alex's story is way more common than you think, and it can cost you thousands. The tax-free savings account is easily one of the best wealth building tools that we have in Canada, but a few simple misunderstandings can lead to huge penalties and missed chances. So in this video, I'm going to break down the critical TFSA rules you just have to know. I'll cover the few mistakes that trip people up so you can dodge the headaches, avoid the penalties, and get your money working for you the right way. Alright, so the first and most painful mistake is over-contributing. It's shockingly easy to do. Every year, the government sets a TFSA limit, which is $7,000 for 2025. Your personal contribution room, though, is that $7,000 plus any unused room you've had from the previous years. So if you've been eligible since 2009 and never put a dime in, your total contribution would be approximately $102,000 in 2025. But here's the problem. If you go over your unique limit, the CRA hits you with a penalty of 1% per month on the excess amount. And let's be clear, unlike the RRSP, there is no $2,000 buffer. If you're over by even $1, that penalty kicks in, and it just keeps coming until you take that money out. The CRA might eventually send you a letter, but those penalties start adding up immediately, often months before you even realize that you made a mistake. This one slip can silently chew through your savings. Now this brings us to the second mistake, and honestly, this is the one that catches people like Alex completely off guard, not understanding how withdrawals work. When you take money out of your TFSA, you do not get that contribution room back in the same calendar year. The amount you withdraw only gets added back to your contribution room January 1st of the next year. Here's a classic trap. Let's say you've maxed out your TFSA for the year, and in June, you withdraw $3,000 for anything, an emergency car repair, for instance. And a couple months later, maybe October, you get the cash again and you feel, oh, let me go back and contribute to my TFSA and replace what I took out. You've just made a $3,000 over contribution. Why? Because you had already maxed out the room this year, so putting back that $3,000 in the same year that you've maxed out your room means you're over contributing because you had zero room left after you maxed it out initially, if that makes sense. Now that entire $3,000 that you put back in is subject to over contribution and the 1% penalty. You just have to wait till the new year to contribute that $3,000 to avoid those penalties. So don't treat your TFSA like a regular checking account. You're just setting yourself up for a world of pain. Hey, if you're finding this video helpful and maybe a little uh-oh moment about the rules, could you do me a favor and hit that like button? This helps the video get out to more people who could be making these same expensive mistakes. The third mistake is putting all your faith into the CRA to tell you your contribution room. Yes, you can find a number on your CRA account, but that number is often outdated and not updating in real time. So it wouldn't show the contributions and withdrawals you've made that calendar year until the next update. At the end of the day, you're the one responsible for tracking your contribution room. And your total room is made up of 3 parts. This year's annual TFSA limit, all of your unused room from the previous years, and any withdrawals you've made the last year. It's so easy to lose track, especially if you have TFSAs in more than one bank. This is one of the most common ways people accidentally over-contribute. The fix is simple. Keep a note on your phone. Track every single deposit across all accounts. It takes like 5 minutes, and it can save you thousands in penalties. The last mistake isn't about being penalized. It's about missing out on opportunities. You see, the name itself can be misleading. TFSA, tax-free savings account. It makes people think they should just use it to hold cash. But here's the secret. A TFSA isn't the investment itself. Think of it like a container you can put things in. The real magic comes from what you put inside. Sure, you can hold cash, but you can also hold stocks, bonds, ETFs, and mutual funds. And all the growth that happens inside is completely tax-free forever. So if you just let cash sit in there, you're missing out on the power of compounding from investing. Let's say your investments make 7%. In a regular cash account, it could get knocked down to 5% after taxes. But in TFSA, you get that 7% tax-free. Now, if you compound that over years, you can see that the investment can turn into something significant. To recap the 4 mistakes costing you, 1 is over-contributing, 2 is not knowing how withdrawals work, the 3rd is not tracking your contribution room, and the 4th mistake is using your TFSA as just a simple savings account. Alex's story is a warning, but it doesn't have to be your story. And now that you understand these rules, you can protect yourself from the penalties and grow your wealth better in a TFSA. Thanks for watching, and if you want more practical tips to help you build your wealth, don't forget to subscribe.